All right, I started recording. Um, so first, I just wanted to remind you guys of the December promotions for challenge packs. They decided to extend the Core to Force challenge packs, still 140 instead of 160. The 21-day fix challenge packs are also on sale for 140, and the Country Heat challenge packs are on sale for 140. So those are good ones to try to push if there's anyone who is interested in those at another time. They're still on sale. And I heard something on the National Wake Up Call, and I was only half listening, so I'm not sure what this entails, but they were saying something about there's not going to be sales going forward, but there's some other plan they're putting in place. So I don't know what that means yet. It's going to be announced on Super Saturday, I'm sure. But I kind of heard it and I was like, wait, what? And I didn't know if I was just hearing things or what, but one of my success partners was saying that, oh yeah, he definitely said that they're not doing sales anymore. So I don't know what that means. I'm sure they'll come up with some crazy twist. They always have really good ideas, so I'm not too worried about it. What else did I want to say? Oh yeah. So one of the reasons I'm having you guys plan everything out right now is because usually January is like an amazing time to get challenge packs out. Because people are obviously, it's the new year and they've got resolutions and they're like all excited to lose weight. So in talking to people now in December, you're going to be at the top of their mind when it comes time to be January 1st. And now they're ready to get started. So it's super important to continue networking with people and telling them what you do and letting them know about the health bet coming up in January, so that, they're considering you as the person or the expert that they're going to go to help them out. And again, the way the health bet works, Katie, were you in that? Yeah, you were in that with us last time, right?
I it up.
Yeah. Okay. It's going to work pretty much the same, where anyone who's in it just has to commit to posting or drinking their Shakeology 5 times a week and a workout at least 3 times a week. And then in exchange for that, they are in the running to split a pot of money, which I don't know. I thought it was going to be different this time, but then on the National Wake Up Call, I don't know. I'm just really confused. Or maybe I wasn't listening very well, but I thought he was starting it at 2 million this time, but they made it sound like it's still starting at 1 million. But every challenge pack that was sold through the end of the year is adding money to that pot. So I don't know. I guess we'll officially find out at the end of the year. But I don't know. It's just another extra incentive to get people off to the right start at the beginning of the year with the opportunity to win some money. So any little bit helps. All right. So I don't know. She's not answering me, so I don't know what happened. But I just kind of wanted to, again, reiterate the reason why I'm having everybody kind of think out their 2017. This is something that I'm doing that's new for me too. I will admit that this year there were months that I was on top of my game and I had a plan and I had groups ready to go. And then there were times where I just wasn't doing anything as far as challenge groups. And that was a mistake because it allowed me to kind of slack in some areas. So I wanted to make sure that I had a plan in place this year so that I'm going to be more consistent and not kind of drop off the face of the earth. And I'm very much a type A personality, so having a plan really is a good thing for me. And then, one of the trainings I listened to, and I know I talked about this on last week's thing, but how the one girl was saying the way that she does it is she starts everybody off in the free group. She drops little hints throughout the free group that she's got this other challenge group coming up and what she does. And then she follows up with everybody and invites them to go to the next step. And then she uses those challenge groups every month to kind of prospect for people who she thinks would be good coaches. So it's a really awesome idea. And I don't know why I didn't think of this before, but like, it's just a way to keep new people coming into your network and, filling up that funnel, I guess is a good way to explain it. So you've always got a constant flow of new people to talk to. So anyway, I saw that you and Carrie got together and you put some ideas down on paper. So that's really exciting. And it looked like you had some good ideas to start. Did you guys talk at all about like how you're going to handle responsibility for those groups, whether you're going to split some of them or like, I don't know.
I think it depends on some. I've never done them. I still have her for a lot. Depends on Thursday. I did anything. Haven't seen yet. Like what will never. But it also will determine for me. I'll probably like some of my circumstances will probably determine some of the groups to some extent in the beginning because I'm hoping to get pregnant.
Sure.
That will actually change, like we talked about doing IO instead of doing one of the other challenge in programs, like
right.
so I can still be part of it.
Yeah.
And then in April, we're actually going to Disney.
Okay. Yay!
It's to celebrate my son's first birthday in heaven. So actually going for a reason. So like we actually talked about maybe trying to incorporate that into the group in some way, like in the challenge group. But sure. That will also like that will determine as how much I'm active in that group for that month, depending on when we do it. Because I may not be around or I may be coming back.
Yep.
Whatever. So
yeah, no, and that's fine. There's certainly gonna be things that are gonna come up and you may come up with an idea that you didn't have when you originally put the plan in place. And I'm sure like Beachbody's going to throw things at us like out of nowhere, left field. Oh, there's a new program all of a sudden, or.
And that's what we kind of figured too.
Yeah.
At some point, we'll probably hear about a new program. We're thinking maybe in January at
sure.
Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, maybe that will throw everything off anyway, and then we'll just do the program.
Right. Yeah. I guess the whole idea is just to make sure that you've got something that you can go to for each month. And then as things come up or new opportunities arise or whatever, you can always change those ideas. You're not stuck with that. But at least this way you're forward thinking, you've got a plan in place. And, at least for me, when I've got a long-term plan, I'm more likely to stick to something.
I don't have a lot of I only have like 3 programs. So like I'm relying on her knowledge of doing some of the programs. So that I'll actually do it for the first time when we're doing it. Like, so I actually have to buy the programs ahead of time. And like, make sure I have them along with the people I'm doing it with.
Sure. Yeah, and it's great that you guys are doing it together. When I started, I was just kind of put into a challenge group with my coach, and she wasn't even running it. It was her uplines group, and we kind of all worked together to run it, to post certain things and stuff, and that was really good for a while, but they then started to kind of slack on it. And that's when I decided I needed to try this on my own and branch out. And I started doing some of my own groups then, which it's scary maybe when you do it by yourself at first. So that's why I said, like, you know, you guys should team up. There's no shame in doing that. And actually, it's a good thing because then, you know, with two of you, you're likely going to bring more people into the group than just one of you. And it helps take some of the responsibility off your shoulders too. If you guys are working together, you can plan out, especially for the month-long challenge groups. Like, okay, Carrie, you're going to do week 1 and week 3. And Katie, you're going to do, you know, week 2 and week 4. So you're not having to think of as much material because you guys are sharing that responsibility. The one group I'm doing right now with my 2 success partners it started November 1st and it's going through the end of the year. And we basically were just alternating weeks. So we're, you know, and then the very last week, because there's an uneven number, we're just splitting basically 3 ways. But it's nice because I only have to think of so much and I don't have to stress out about, you know, what am I going to post every single day for the next 2 months?
I mean, I mean, I definitely think I would love to do my own group at some point too, but it might be, yeah, I'm kind of worried about the stress in the beginning just for the sake of, like, we're doing fertility treatments and stuff, and so to add to all that.
Sure.
Just do the less stress and do it with me, you know, and, you know, and do that route, and then, you know, maybe halfway through the year I will be more comfortable doing it myself, so then we can maybe still do the same programs and stuff, but just have our own group.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, you know, like where
yeah.
I can kind of go to her and say, okay, like, this is what's happening in my group, like, you know, help.
Yeah. Yeah, and don't ever be afraid to ask for help either. I mean, everybody is super nice, and, you know, we all started at the same place, so it's certainly been a learning process for me too.
I told her the other day when I met with her, I said, like, I was a coach for Patient for Life, and it was like, okay, you do this course, and then you're good to go. And it was like, but I'm not, and I don't know what I'm doing. And I said, this is like, there's like so many people involved, and there wasn't like Facebook groups for Patient for Life and stuff. So, like, you didn't do anything like we did. So,
yeah.
Like, oh my word, like, I feel overwhelmed. Like, what am I doing? And then she's like, come over anytime you want. Like, it doesn't matter. Just come over. I work at the daycare that her kids go to.
Yeah.
Oh, you're saying, okay. No, wait. Oh, there you are. All of a sudden, my Zoom. Anyway. Like, I often, like, go over to her house just to, like, talk to her about different stuff, trying to figure out different things. So
Sure.
He's like, kids are used to me doing that now.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, we're fortunate that we all have each other. I mean, I'm just so glad that I have Chrissy because, like I said, my coach above me and her coach kind of like disappeared for a while, and I kind of was on my own when I started all this out, and I just learned everything on my own and taught myself where everything was and kind of figured it out. Sure, I made a ton of mistakes, but that's what this is about. So thankfully, you know, at Chrissy, because she's awesome, and you'll get to meet her eventually, but she's up in the Poconos, so every once in a while she'll have like a mini retreat that we're all invited to, but it's a little bit of a drive to go up there, so yeah. But yeah, I don't know if you had a chance to look in the back office, but there's all those challenge group guides as well that you can use. I try not to depend on that 100% when I do my groups. I'll use it for ideas, and sometimes I'll literally copy and paste some of their posts and schedule it into my groups. But I've learned that, I don't know, and I feel like this too when I scroll through Facebook. Like, I'm desensitized to like the impersonal stuff, you know. If somebody's just posting like a picture of something, it's not them, then I'm just like, whatever, I don't care.
Yeah.
But if it's personal, it's to something about their life and their story, that I'm more likely to stop and read it. And I feel that it's the same with the challenge group. So I try, even if there's like a really good idea in the challenge group guide, I might use the wording, kind of make it my own so it sounds like I'm saying it. But then I might put my own picture, you know, in place of their graphic.
Oh, okay.
And somehow incorporate that into my life and make it my own. Because again, people are going to connect more with you if, you know, you're sharing your story.
Right. Yeah.
So they're definitely good guides, though. I mean, I feel like they have a really good mix of, you know, giving fitness tips and nutrition tips and recipes for the Shakeology and all that stuff. So it's definitely a good place to start, especially if you're new to doing your own groups.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely saw some things that, like, I recognized from the groups, like, oh, I remember this.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of made me think about, oh, wow, that's where she got that from. Or,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that's a cool idea that I'll have to remember to add tips in throughout the week to the groups. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, because it's things that when you see in the group, you don't really think about, like, the back side of things, like the behind the scenes of how it got, like how we decided what to add to the group. And so you're trying to figure out what to add to your own group, and then you're, you know, I can't always come up with the ideas of what to add to the group. Like, going through the guides helps kind of say, oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Like, I did see tips in some of the other groups, so that's a good thing to add to mine. Or like,
Yeah.
these examples of things to add,
Mm-hmm.
kind of mix up the post.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, what we did for this year-end group is, before it started, 3 of us, well, actually, I did most of the work, and they put in their input, but but like, I knew that from the challenge group that I was in, from my coach and her coach, that it had become so stagnant because there was no longer, it was just people just posting their workout and what they were eating every day, but there was nothing like engaging them anymore. There weren't like, you know, little activities or anything for people to do. So I knew that for this year-end thing, I wanted it to be something that was going to add a little bit more value. So I just typed out a schedule, and I was like, okay, well, I'm doing the first week, and Mondays are going to be this, and Tuesdays are going to be this, and Wednesdays we're going to post about this.
That's what I started to do for the group that I just started for today, that
Mm-hmm.
like, for the next week, that just, like, I was like, okay, this is what I'm putting this way, and then this is what, like, kind of space out things.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to share some recipes, but I didn't want to do it every day because people are tired of that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't cook, so I don't really care about the recipes.
Right.
Like, if they see it sporadic,
Mm-hmm.
then, you know, and there's other things in
Exactly.
there.
Yeah. So it just,
exactly what I'm doing each day, so that I can go to that and say, okay, this is what I'm doing.
yeah. And I did recommend on the last call too, to look at Hootsuite, you know, like the owl hoot. There is a free version that you can connect to 3 different groups or social media outlets. I actually just upgraded mine to a paid version because I realized that I have too many groups going on, and I can't I can't use it to its full potential. I couldn't use the free version to what I wanted it to do, so I did upgrade mine. But for you guys, probably 3 is plenty for the time being. But yeah, it's so nice because I'll sit down on like a Sunday and say, all right, I know I have this group coming up. I got to plan out, 2 weeks worth of stuff. And I just go in and schedule all my posts based on, again, Mondays I'm doing this, Tuesdays I'm doing this, plan them, schedule them all out on there, and then it's done.
Yeah.
And it makes your life so easy then when the group is running, because you don't have to think anymore. It's scheduled. It's going to pop up at the time you wanted it to, and everybody's going to see it, and they're going to think that you just came up with that just now.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was seeing, like in the year-end one, I'm seeing posts here and there, and I'm like, did she not do anything else other than posting? Doesn't work. Like,
no, I'm working all day. So yeah, this is the only way it gets done.
like every time I get on, there was like a new post and a new post and a new post, and I was like, I was just on like 20 minutes ago. There's a new post again. This is constantly posting things. Like,
yep.
Sitting at home finding all these cool posts for us.
Yeah, I mean, the trick is to, I don't want to say create the illusion, but make it appear as though you're there, all the time.
Yeah.
Because as coaches, we are their support system, so we really should be there all the time. But I do have my scheduled posts, and then I have my scheduled times where I'm actually checking into the group and commenting and stuff like that. And sometimes throughout the day, if I have a break here and there at work, then I'll go in and do stuff. But it's just all about time management. Not going crazy.
I could, maybe on my break I could do this, and I should know by now. Like that at work, like.
Yep.
When you work with kids, it doesn't matter. Like, you don't have time, so.
Yep, I hear you.
Tonight, and I'm like, oh shoot, I've only put one up this morning. I should really go in tonight yet, and then put another one in yet tonight. But so maybe tomorrow I'll just go in and put all my schedule all my posts.
Yeah.
For like the next week, so that I will.
That's a good idea, and I do that same thing with my page too. Now I don't use Hootsuite for that. I actually just schedule it right on the page. You can do it through Facebook.
Okay.
But it's kind of the same idea. Like I have here, I can show you. It's probably going to be backwards, but I have my list, Monday through Sunday, I have to do a post that somehow relates to me being a wife, and somehow I'm sharing some of my personal development. So those are my themes for each day. Okay. So what I do throughout the week is I'm taking photos of stuff that I'm like, oh, that would be really good for this post.
Oh, okay.
And then on Sunday, I actually go in and schedule them all for the whole week. Yeah. Because again, there's no way I could keep up with that. Actually being able to check in to my Facebook 3 times a day and coming up with these really long posts, and that actually make them valuable to people. So, yeah.
How to do that? I didn't know you could do that on Facebook. No.
Yeah, all you do is you go as though you're going to actually post something right then and there. Okay. And then when you go, you click on the thing that says publish, I think is what the button is for that. And then it should bring up, here, let's see if I can do it on my phone and show you quick. All right, yeah, so I'm on my page, and then that's really hard to see, isn't it? You click on the little publish button as though you're going to post something.
Okay.
And then, you type in whatever. I'm just going to pretend I'm doing one here. Okay, and I have my picture and I said something, and then at the top it says continue, and you click on that, and then this little thing comes down, and you can't see that at all. Let me try to turn the lights down here. Is that better? No. Well, this little thing that pops down and it says, when will this be published? So then you click on that, and how can I? It's not gonna work. Oh, there. Um, and it says publish or schedule or save as draft. So you would click on schedule, and then you can pick the day and the time.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I'll have to figure that out.
yeah, and I do that for my see, the thing I find annoying about Hootsuite is I have to, you know, if I have pictures that I want to use, I gotta hook up my phone to my computer and upload all the pictures onto my computer first.
Right.
But like with my like page, I can do everything from my phone. So I skip that step.
Right.
But yeah. All right. So I think you guys are off to a good start with what you guys have planned out at this point. Yeah, my recommendation now through the end of the year, at least for January, is come up with, you know, a schedule for each of you, like who's going to take this week, who's going to take that week, what types of things are you going to be posting for those weeks, and, you know, start working on getting those posts together. And then we'll all be ready to get started January 1st. I'm trying to think. Oh, so I know I posted about I'm going to do that little mini retreat at my house.
Oh, yeah.
And so I want you guys, there is going to be homework tonight. It's not going to be as intense, I promise. I want you guys to think about what your goals are for your business for 2017. So, for example, one of my goals is to achieve diamond status. I've been working on that for like a year now. It still hasn't happened, so I'm determined to make it happen. And then another one is to become a Success Club All-Star. And what that means is for 12 months in a row, I have to hit Success Club 5 at least. So I have to at least help 3 people every month. It's going to be challenging. I know it is, but I feel like now I finally have this process in place with the challenge groups. And I also have the power hours in place. So I'm like talking to people more consistently. So I think it's possible. It's my goal. We'll see if it happens, but I'm really going to try. So, you know, just think of like maybe 2 or 3 things that you want, and it doesn't have to be, you know, number goals like that. It could be, I want to, you know, find the courage to be able to run a group by myself, or I would like to be able to run a training call by myself for my team, or, you know, it can be whatever you specifically want to achieve. So that's your homework. So think about that a little bit. When I post the playback, I'll write out in there the homework and have everybody comment once they have it completed. So. All right. Do you have any other questions or concerns or anything right now? No? That's okay. You don't have to. All right. Well, thanks for joining me tonight, Katie. Hopefully Carrie's okay. She never did answer me, so maybe she fell asleep. I know that happened one time. She like texted me the next morning. She's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I thought passed out.
So tired.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, I will let you go. Hopefully that was helpful, and we will chat again next week.
Okay.
All right.